Hi everyone, and welcome to anyone who's new to the channel. For those of you new, my name is Sharon and I am from Angelics-Speak.com. I channel archangels, and if you're interested in reading more of the channel sessions, you can go to the website. I've put it down below to read more of the channel sessions from the past. If you like this channel, please subscribe so that it can support doing many more of these. Stay well, okay? Let's start. Greetings, everyone. This is Michael. I'm happy to greet you today, and I hope that you are all doing well. Today, I would like to speak again about the virus that is affecting all of you all over the world. But I would like to speak about what we see from our perspective. We know that some of you are struggling with health issues, or you know someone who is very ill, and we send our deepest love to each of you who are suffering. Many others of you are stocking up on things or wishing that you had. Your lives may have suddenly changed. Schedules changed, schools closing, doing work at home. So much disruption in your routines. But let me speak for a moment from a much higher perspective about what we see in watching this virus spreading across your world. People are starting to reach out across borders in a different way than they ever have before. Even though there may be transportation or borders closing in order to protect the citizens of various countries, the hearts of people are reaching out like they never have before, all over the world, sending concern and love and support. This is the first time that a universal issue on your world has actually rallied your world. The environmental changes, the potential for catastrophic weather and climate shifts would rally some individuals and shut down others. But a crucial health issue that is so eminent has made the shift. People are praying together. Spiritual people are sending light to the world and healing. And people have deep concern for each other and for themselves in a way that has not occurred before, especially in more civilized Western countries where there is much abundance. Another dramatic change that we see and that we feel is for the better is that suddenly, instead of people going to theater and shopping and keeping themselves so busy with worldly events, they are starting to have to stay home in their own space, whether alone or with their families. It's a very different experience for many people who are used to going outside every day and sampling the pleasures of the world. Suddenly, that door shuts, at least for a very short time, and people come face to face with themselves. Distractions have been somewhat removed. So instead, each of you are being forced to simply be with yourselves. Now, for people who have been on a spiritual path for a while and have spent time alone and contemplating themselves, who is within them, their higher realities, this isn't a stressful event in that respect. But for the rest of your population, it can be extremely stressful. Most people in your world have not been forced to stay home for long periods of time and perhaps contemplate their lives, because this is a moment where the potential for a serious illness or even, in a few cases, death is present. These moments are tremendous catalysts for change and inner growth. But the inner growth only happens if people take the step forward to look. Otherwise, they will remain depressed. They may leave their homes anyway. They may ignore recommendations. And if so, the illness will accelerate throughout your countries. And if it accelerates, the restrictions will become more severe, as they have in a few countries already. When that happens, those who have refused to begin to look within and explore, to learn to sit quietly and enjoy it, those folks will then be forced to. So yes, on a superficial level, on a worldly level, this is a catastrophe. Even the stock market in the US showed major growing pains over the last week or two. But this is a reflection of the fear that has arisen in many individuals because they're forced to come to grip with the fragility of their lives. It is so easy for each of you who are dreaming this dream of being on earth to get lost in the experience of sensations, the smells, the tastes, the views, the tactile senses, and accumulation of those things that you experience. Or some people may accumulate experiences, traveling, going to movies, theaters, sports events, and rarely staying home or being quiet. Another thing that we see is that this is a tremendous test for each of you in completely changing your lifestyles and having to learn to flow with that experience. Perhaps you're suddenly working at home, and certainly things that you used to do or people that you used to meet and spend time with, you can't do that if, in fact, you're following the recommendations in certain countries. And for those of you who do not yet have restrictions, but merely suggestions, take heed. This is the time to learn these lessons. This is the time to embrace going within and becoming quiet. You're given a supreme gift of quieting down the sensations you experience in your world. It's an invitation to go deeper within and embrace the beauty that is within each of you. Learn to let go of fear, and instead, just as you're learning to embrace every single experience in your life as an opportunity for growth, learn to experience this one as well, for this is a wondrous opportunity for growth. Some of you may become ill. Remember, you're dreaming. You do what you're asked to do. You take care of yourself, but always keep a part of your awareness consciously in the space of knowing who you truly are. Then you can experience anything with peace and grace. This is your time to unfold, to expand internally instead of externally. There's nowhere out there to go for some of you, but there's an enormous, vast realm that has no ending if you go within. It's a glorious opportunity. Each of you will be faced with unique experiences and tests according to your situations. Whatever they are, stay open and flexible. This won't last forever. The virus may hang around for a long time, but the crisis will not last forever. On the other hand, the inner gains and expansion that you may gain will last for eternity. So take advantage of these dramatic times to go deeper within. Take care of yourselves. Prepare, if you haven't already, as much as you can, but do not let your ego focus on greed out of fear. Listen to your heart, and then logically pick what you think you need for a few weeks. This is also an important lesson for each of you. To think of others and not just yourselves. So this particular moment with enormous light flowing through it is a golden opportunity to grow, to expand. You are given permission. For those of you who can just stay home, you're given permission to go within and not dance in the world. You can make it this time whatever you want it to be. It can be an incredible expansion in your consciousness, or it can be depressing, frustrating, anxiety-producing, terrifying even for some of you. So choose. The circumstances will stay, but what you do with the circumstances is what's important. Now, some of you are collecting to send light to heal the virus. If you feel that strong urge, it's fine. Then that is your lesson in your dream. But be aware that it will shift when all of you shift. It's here for a reason. Just as the earth changes, the climate shifts, all of this is here to trigger you. So is this illness. So embrace the lessons that are coming to you. Flow with them, explore them, contemplate what is there in this moment that I can learn from this experience. Perhaps it's being with your children much more than you were before. You can be frustrated with this because the kids are driving you crazy, or you can sit down and spend more time with them and embrace their beauty, because it won't last long. They'll be moving on up into an older version of themselves that won't want to sit on the floor and play anymore or run around the house yelling. So look at each precious moment in your life right now as a gift. It's wrapped up and tied with a ribbon called a virus. Open that package and see what there is to learn and explore in it. Don't kick it aside frustrated. Embrace it. You are on the threshold of enormous inner growth, no matter what appears to be happening around you. Dance the dance as you're supposed to, but contemplate. Go within. Let your heart be opened more and more to the divinity that truly is you. We all send you our deepest love. I am Archangel Michael.